Vikings, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here with me today. So if you don't remember me, I'm Mrs. Chapixie. I'm your music teacher. So today we're going to listen to a piece of music called the Fig Leaf Rag. Okay. And as we listen this first time, I want you to tap the heartbeat somewhere. Okay. You could take two fingers, tap it on your hand, tap it on your head, tap it on your elbow. I don't care where you want to tap it. Tap the beat somewhere on your body. All right. Even if you just want to tap your foot to the beat, that is A-okay. But as you tap the beat, I want you to listen to the instruments and listen if the instruments ever play off of the beat. Okay, so for example, if they're playing with the beat, ta, 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 that's on the beat. If they're playing off the beat, not right with the beat, all right? So you're listening for if the instruments are playing on or off the beat. Okay, here we go. I thought it ended sooner than that. Sorry, that was my fault. So you probably noticed there were a lot of notes that weren't playing right exactly on the beat. And it kind of had this lilting groove to it. And so when music is not played on the beat and when the stress is not on the beat, in music, we call that syncopation. Okay, everyone say syncopation. So syncopation puts stress on the notes, not on the beat. Okay. So for example, just normal, it might sound like this. T, 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 T. Okay, that would be like normal. Okay, now if I were to play that syncopated, it might sound like this. T, 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 T. Did you hear how it was a little bit different? It was on the offbeat. So let me clap the beat and I'll do that again. See if you can hear how the stress is not on the beat, okay? T, 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 T. Okay, do you hear how it wasn't on the beat? So we call that syncopation in music. And this piece of music has a lot of syncopation where there's stress not on that beat. And it gives it kind of a groove and kind of lilts forward. Okay. So Scott Joplin is the person who wrote this piece of music. And he was born sometime between 1867 and 1868. His actual birthday is not known. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Scott Joplin. Okay.
Scott Joplin. Joplin was born in Texas in 1867. His family was very musical. His mother was a singer and banjo player, and his father was a violinist. He had 2 sisters and 3 brothers. Scott Joplin left home as a teenager and became a traveling musician. Even though he was very talented, there were not many opportunities for him simply because of the color of his skin. He played in bars and dance halls, and this is where ragtime music began. Ragtime is a musical genre that uses very syncopated or ragged rhythms. It came from combining a traditional march with African rhythms. This ragtime style led to the development of jazz. In 1899, Scott Joplin composed the Maple Leaf Rag, which became the biggest ragtime song ever. They sold more than 1 million copies. He also composed The Entertainer. Scott Joplin also recorded some of his ragtimes on piano rolls. A piano roll is a long piece of paper with many small holes in it. These holes allow a special type of piano to play the music all by itself.
I think that's so cool.
Joplin was called the King of Ragtime. His pieces are considered to be some of the first music to have a truly American sound. Scott Joplin died in New York City on April 1st, 1917, at the age of 49.
So I know on his tombstone it said a specific date. I think that's just a specific date that they think he was born, but his actual birthday is not really known. So learned a little bit about Scott Joplin. So Scott Joplin was basically one of the creators of ragtime music, which then led to the creation of jazz. All right. So we're going to do a little play along today. All right. We're going to get some instruments. So find something wherever you are to use as an instrument. You could use 2 pencils to tap together. You could grab 2 sticks, tap together, grab a plastic container or a pot or a pan to use as a drum. You could tap a pencil on your table or on your chair or anything that you want to use that'll make a sound to use as an instrument today. So today I have 2 sticks that I'm going to tap together. All right. I have a plastic container that I'm going to use as my drum today. And I also have a fork and a spoon that I'm going to use to eat my lunch later today. And I'm going to tap these together and use these as an instrument. Okay. Now, if you need to pause the video and go get your instruments, go for it. All right. So you can pause it, come right back, and we'll get started. Also, if you want to grab 2 or 3 different instruments, you can do that because there will be a chance to play a couple different instruments in this play along. So if you want to grab 2 or 3, you can do that as well. Okay. All right. Now, before we start playing, we're going to review some rhythms. All right. Now, it's been a long time since, there we go. It's been a long time since we've talked rhythms. Okay. So can anyone tell me what rhythm this is? If you said ta, you are correct. All right. So everyone echo after me. My turn. Ta, 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 ta. Your turn. Awesome. All right. There are going to be lots of tas in this piece of music. Okay. What about this rhythm? What rhythm is this? If you said T-T, you are correct. All right, everyone echo after me. My turn. T-T-T-T-T-T-T-T. Okay, so we're going to also see this rhythm in this piece of music, okay? What about this rhythm? The little squiggly thing. Now, it's not called a squiggly thing, right? It is a rest, and rest means there is silence. So echo after me. My turn. Your turn. So we will also see some rests in this piece of music where there is silence. And one last one. This kind of looks like a ta, but it's not a ta. It's a little bit different. It's an open circle. And this one is a ta, or a half note, if you want to call it a half note, or a ta. Echo after me, my turn. Ta, ta. All right, so those are all of the rhythms we're going to be using with our play along today. All right, now before we get our instruments and before we start playing our instruments, I want to go through these different sections with you. Okay, so let's look at section 1 first. If you look at section 1, it says play a section 2 times. It also says to use wood blocks. I don't have wood blocks with me, so I'm just going to use my 2 sticks to tap together. Okay. When it says triangles, I'm going to use my fork and spoon. That's what I have. Okay. And when it says hand drum, I'm going to use my little plastic container. All right. So it's up to you what you want to play when, or if you just have one instrument that you're using, you can just play the whole instrument the whole time. Totally up to you. All right. But we're going to go through these rhythms and play these sections together before we do it with the music. All right. So each section is going to repeat. So you see this double bar line with 2 dots down here and here? That means when we get here, we're going to repeat. That's called a repeat sign. We're going to repeat back and play all of this again. Once we play that all again, then we'll go on to section B. And we'll play section B, and we'll repeat it, play section B, and then we'll move on to section A again. Section A happens again. We'll play A, and this time we only play section A once. Then we move on to section C. C, we'll play it, we'll repeat, we'll play it again, and then we'll play to the end, right? So we're going to start with section A. Get whatever instrument you're going to use, and let's play and say it together. 1, 2, and here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ta. Next line. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ta, ta, ta. This is 2 rests. Ta, ta, ta. I did not talk about this rest, and I apologize. I did not talk about this rest. So this rest is called a whole rest, and that means it's just going to take up the whole measure. And if we look, there are 2 beats in a measure. There are 2 heartbeats in a measure. So this rest is going to be worth 2 heartbeats. So we're going to rest for 2 heartbeats there. Okay. I apologize. I didn't say that one before. If you want to practice this again, you can go back in the video and practice this again, but let's move on to section B. Let's play and say section B together. I'm going to get my fork and my spoon, all right? Section B, 1, 2, and right here, go. Ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ta, rest, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, 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 ta. Careful of that part. That part's a little tricky with 2 TTs in a row. Awesome. And then we play section A again. Section A is the exact same as up here, so I don't think we need to do it again. Let's go to section C, all right? Section C, we have our tas, all right? So let's try it. Here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Next line. ta, 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 and then we would repeat that. All right, guys, so we have gone through all of the sections, so I think we are ready to play along. Get your instruments ready, and let's do this. Here we go. Section A, and here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Next line, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 rest, 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 ta, ta, ta. Repeat section A. Section B, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ta. Next line, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Be careful here. Ta, ti, 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 ta, 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 ta. Repeat, section B. Section A again. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Oh, I played that wrong. Ta, ta, ta. Section C. Ta, 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 ta. Rest. Repeat section C. I'll play it right this time. Ta, ta, ta. Section A. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Nice job. Oh, don't follow what I was doing because I was making mistakes all over the place. But it's okay if we make mistakes as long as we learn from those mistakes and as long as we're having fun. It's okay if you make mistakes because you could see I made mistakes all the time that time. Guys, thank you so much for playing with me and listening with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week. I can't wait to see you guys next time in music class in person, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Bye, boys and girls.